Good day and welcome to the Alberti-Base. Today's video was going to be something really cool I designed in CAD and then wanted to 3D print, and then my 3D printer started giving troubles, and then I had to fix my 3D printer and it took me all of 2 hours, and then the 3D printer wasn't fixable, and then I started spending more time on it, and then I wasn't going to do this video because it took a bunch of time, but I'm here and anyways, and we're doing the bloody thing with duct tape because my 3D printer still ain't working. Now, if you've been watching my channel, then you know I have a cat. Or you may know I have a cat. And if you don't know I have a cat, well, here she is. She's lovely and she's purring like mad. And I love her very much. And today's video is for her, because today's video will be me building a toy for her. Now, I don't know if you've seen, you get these little mice that you can throw around, and the cats usually go crazy for them. But if you're getting more in the premium tier of cat toys, then it would be something like an automated laser pointer, and those are expensive, but not if you're an engineer. If you're an engineer, you can just build them yourself. And today, we'll be doing that using duct tape, basically. To build this, you need a few parts. I'm using this nice 9-volt battery connector to handle the power. You need 2 of these absolutely useless servo motors. Seriously, don't buy Tower Pro servo motors like ever. They're so inaccurate that they're useful for nothing but building cat toys. 2 of these, along with their mounting hardware and supporting stuff. You'll be needing some jumper wires. You'll be needing an actual laser pointer, which you can get most places. Some are smaller than this one. This one operates on 3 to 5 volt, which is exactly what we need for an Arduino. And as I mentioned before, you'll need some duct tape. Mine is purple because I don't have any other color, as I've mentioned in a previous video. You can also use, optionally, some perf board like this, and some header pins like this, so you can mount the servo with better ease. I'll start by duct taping and parting everything together. So let's start with the servo motors and the mounting hardware. This one already has, as you can see, it's mounted on. I used the bidirectional mount for the second servo motor as well. I'll rotate it. I need to remount this in the end anyway. But for now, I'll place it on there and give it a good click so that it stays in place. And then I'll take this one off, the first motor, and we'll be mounting it to the side of the second motor, like this. I hope the camera sees. Next, we'll also take our laser module and another mounting bit and we'll secure it to the laser module like this, also using some tape. And this is basically the 2 main parts we need to do, and now we can put them together. So, one motor goes on top of the other motor like this, so we'll be able to rotate it in different directions using code, and the laser fits onto the second motor like this, so that we can use code to rotate that around. As an optional step, it helps to have a piece of useless cardboard that we can just mount the entire thing to like this. And for that, guess what? I'll also be using some duct tape. Some duct tape. As a wise man once said, if you can't do it with duct tape, then you're not using enough duct tape. And there we go. Now it's all like taped together, it's on a plate, it's I've connected up the servo motors to the board I soldered. The next step would be to take any Arduino board, because we don't need specifics worried about here. I'll be using a Leonardo. You can place it here, and we can just connect some of the wires up to the Arduino. After we've done that, you can insert a battery in here and also connect the barrel up to the DC port of the Arduino. For testing purposes, I won't be using a 9-volt battery, I'll be using my lab power supply, and in the final product we can just insert a 9-volt battery over here. The reason for that is, well, I don't have any fresh 9-volt batteries on me. I'm too cheap to go and buy one, and my only fresh one is now in my multimeter because that one went out a few days ago. Anyways, let's do that. And there we go. It looks absolutely friggin' awful.
What is that?
Which is usually what you get when you don't use a 3D printer, as I've proved in this video where I made a joystick. But it'll work. It freaking works. It always freaking works. Next, we're gonna need to write some code. So if you've ever been scared of nerds, look away, buddy. Look away now, because I'm showing the code on the screen. I've been making some adjustments to this little thingy. Firstly, the code you saw on screen was the final code, because I'll send that to my editor, whatever the final code will be in the end. Secondly, I've decided that the best way to tie the laser up to the actual thingy would be to use rubber bands instead of duct tape, because that makes it more jiggly, and the jiggly effect is nice when the laser jiggles around on the ground, and she likes it a lot. Secondly, well, I've had to tie the motor up to the edge of the cardboard instead of the center where I initially thought it would stand, so that when I place it on the edge of the table like this, the laser actually shines on the floor all around instead of like shining on the table. So it's been a lot of coding and a lot of everything and a lot of whatnot, but it works in the final product, and I'll be showing you it works by testing it, and you can watch that. Enjoy. There you can see the lasers on the floor. And up there is someone very interested in the laser.
お前はもう死んでいる。何?
Nope, missed. Yeah, I'd say this works. Well, what do you know? Turns out you can actually MacGyver something together with duct tape. I hope I won't be ever doing that again. It was horrible. I hate using duct tape, and like I had to tape it together like a bunch of times because it kept falling apart, and then I had to use more and more duct tape. And so whoever said if duct tape doesn't fix it, you're not using enough, well, they were right. But in my case, duct tape really wasn't fixing it, and I had to use a lot, and I've wasted a lot. And if my 3D printer was just working, like this would all be like much easier. But it works, and as we say in the Alberti-Base, it freaking works. Don't at me. Anyways, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a little like lo-fi or whatever we're going to call it. I hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one. Please like and subscribe, all that stuff. Alberti-Base, out.